Welcome back to So You're Interested In, the show where I break down an artist's discography in order to give you, the viewer, the best possible jumping off point in order to get into their catalog. On this installment, we are going to be checking out the noise outfit Empath. Hailing from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, this new group has been putting out some of the most psychedelically mind-bending noise rock of the last few years. Following no rules and playing their own way, Empath is a one-of-one band that has some amazing songs in their catalog. They have DIY ingrained into their DNA, as their music is a healthy balance of chaos and serenity. As of right now, their discography isn't too deep, so hopefully it doesn't take you too long to get into this outstanding band. As always though, I'm going to be recommending 2 albums and 3 individual tracks to help start your journey into Empath. Up first, we got the albums. The first record from Empath that you should listen to is their 2019 release, Active Listening Night on Earth. Overflowing with unconventional blips and bleeps on top of some other high-octane, harebrained schemes, this album is a wild ride from beginning to end. The opening track, Soft Shape, is the perfect starting point to indoctrinate you into this band. From the otherworldly synth-bass opening, you are tossed into the ring with Empath, and trust me, they're going to hurl whatever they can get their hands on at you. This record lures you in with its amateurish appeal, then it hits you with a ton of bricks, especially when you get to a song like Hanging Out of Cars. The jangly guitars and untainted drums blow out your speakers, while Catherine Ellison's vocals shine in the back of the mix like the light of a lighthouse pierces through the fog. The overall vibe of the song is anxious and jittery, making you want to get up and dance just so you don't feel awkward. There's almost a shroud of innocence over Empath's sound, as Roses That Cry possesses this whimsical quality that feels borderline childish. I hope nobody takes this the wrong way, because I personally find that this is one of the best aspects of their music. It's like you let a bunch of kids fuck around with some instruments and they came up with this in a stroke of brilliance. Luckily for us, we know that this is not a lightning in a bottle scenario with Empath, as they can have a song like Decor on here that proves that they are not one-hit wonders. Much more laid back than the other songs, Decor helps slow this LP to a calm halt. This is the cleanest we've seen the vocals thus far, and it really helps to show off Ellison's vocal chops. Not to mention, it's constructed beautifully, as the song builds up only to be broken back down right into the hook again. Active Listening Night on Earth is kind of all over the place, but that's what makes it the perfect starting point for any new listener, because you get to see all of the wildly creative things that Empath has to offer. Next up, you should definitely spin their 2022 LP, Visitor. Still embracing the noisy soundscape that dominated Active Listening, Empath also decided to tone this record down just a tad to allow each beautiful note to breathe. Well, that rings true for most of this record, but not for a song like Born 100 Times. Right out of the gate, this song is a fireball of an explosion, but the real insanity comes in the hook. Ellison's vocals are all out of whack, jumping all over the place to match the manic energy of the instrumental. Then, a song like Corner of Surprise feels like a mix between classic punk rock and 2010s indie, with their signature blend of noise as the cherry on top. It's one of Empath's most cohesive tracks, as it feels deliberate all the way through its short 1-minute runtime. A much longer song from this album is V, or 5, or whatever you want to call it. Opting to send your head into the clouds with this very atmospheric instrumental, V would probably be awesome to get lost in while high as a kite. It's delicate and comforting, allowing you to reflect on the album as a whole. This record eventually closes out with the song Paradise. Bringing a little bit of math rock into the fold, this cut is quippy and full of attitude, as Ellison sings about trying to find a paradise in this life. This track, and subsequently the album as a whole, close out on this noisy jam session full of horns and many other weird sounds. Visitor is yet another fantastic piece of music that can be found in the flowering discography of Empath. That's all for the album, so let's talk tracks. The first track you should check out is Soft Beams of Light from the 2016 EP Crystal Realities Volume 2. This is some of the earliest Empath material that we have, and boy oh boy does it show. If you're confused as to why I didn't use the word raw to describe this band yet, just know that I was saving it for this song in particular, because man, this thing is raw as fuck. Even in its laid back intro, it still sounds like it's channeling static electricity through the recording equipment. The doors are eventually blown clear off the hinges, is turning this into a classic hardcore noise rock banger. But since this is Empath we're talking about here, the barrage of noise is also complemented by soft hums and pretty guitar riffs. If you prefer listening to heavy shit, then Soft Beams of Light is the song for you. Another standout cut that you should look into is The Eye from their 2018 release, Liberating Guilt and Fear. Personally, I love noise rock because I can never tell if the band is fucking with me or not. For instance, on The Eye, the drums sound like shit in the best way possible. This thing sounds like it was recorded on an LG Chocolate, yet it still sounds powerful enough to put me in a headlock on its first try. Get past the initial grittiness in its presentation and The Eye will reward you with a kick-ass tune. Finally, I think you should lend your ear to Polyfoam from the 2018 EP Environments. Featuring a wide array of tones and textures, this thing sounds amazing. It's like a warm and fuzzy blanket wrapped around you that also happens to have a wonderful melody with these quick and repetitive synth notes. The vocals are drowning behind the instrumental facade, allowing Ellison to sing discreetly and honestly. In my opinion, Polyfoam is one of Empath's best songs, so don't miss out on it. And that will conclude my video covering Empath. Links to all of the albums and tracks discussed here will be located in the video description box below. Scroll down even further to the comments section where you can let me know if you like the albums and tracks that I picked. Maybe you're huge into Empath, or maybe you've never heard of them at all. Whatever it is, leave a comment, start a discourse. I love chatting with each and every one of you whenever I get the chance. Be sure to subscribe for more videos just like this every single Monday and Thursday, along with a show called Stacks of Wax, where I go through my record collection once a month, A through Z, to show off some of the cool pieces of plastic that I own. And that'll wrap just about everything up, aside from my normal reminder to go out and support your local record store if you are able to, along with the local artists in your area. And, well, until I see you next time, happy listening.